body down next to mine. You're so fine, baby, you're too fine. After he goes to bed, remember what we said. We gonna do this right, right. This is how it's always supposed to be. I need you endlessly. We gonna go all night.
Who the hell can wait till morning? Talk now at latenightsportsradio.com.
You make me dizzy, running circles in my head. One of these days I'll chase you down.
87 Sports Fans live on Late Night Sports Radio. Last segment of the night. I know it's sad, isn't it, folks? Keith Grieve and Steve Taylor from 87sportsfans.com. Joined by Jim Sarantias from thefantasygreek.com. Let's talk about DraftKings, shall we? Millionaires are being made all season long at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site. One-week fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Got a player who's hurt? No problem. Injuries won't derail your shot at victory because it's like a new season every week. So you're never stuck with the same players. Pick your team in minutes, and you could be on your way to winning huge cash. This season, one listener turned $10 into $5,000. Another turned $2 into $10,000. And a new millionaire has been crowned nearly every week this season at DraftKings.com. You could be next. Imagine winning $1 million in one day. just playing fantasy football at DraftKings.com. Head to DraftKings.com now and use promo code Spreaker to play free in the $10 million Fantasy Football World Championships. DraftKings.com. Bigger events, bigger winnings, bigger millionaires. Enter Spreaker now at DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
You almost said fantasygreek.com to start.
No.
I heard it.
No.
You had a little fantasy Greek on the brain.
Yes, he did.
For all the listeners out there, go check out the fantasygreek.com, your second opinion for your fantasy football instinct.
Yes.
And then go to DraftKings.com and try to make some money off the information.
There you go.
Glean
There we go.
From the fantasygreek.com.
And Jim gets 10%. It's just the way it is.
That'd be nice.
All right, so the picks. Steve won the week last week at 10-4. He got that way by picking the Dolphins, the Bears, the Rams, the Niners, the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Cardinals, the Packers, the Pats, and the Steelers tonight. So the games that we were really wrong about last week, we all picked Cleveland to beat Houston. We all picked New Orleans to beat Cincinnati. And we all picked the Redskins to beat the Bucs. So where do we differ going forward in Week 12? Well, Steve-O, you're first on the hot seat. You are the only one picking the Falcons to beat the Browns in Atlanta.
Well, I look at this game. Atlanta plays better at home. The Browns are 500 team on the road. They struggled last week. Atlanta showed some signs. And to me, this was really kind of a pick-it game. I do believe the Browns are a better team, but I think Atlanta has a lot to play for because right now, I mean, every win counts for them winning the division. So to me, I think Atlanta has more to play for. I think they do have enough talent to win this game. If it was being played in Cleveland, I probably would have picked it different, but since it's in Atlanta, I'm going with Atlanta.
I just don't see. I don't see what I need to see from Atlanta when I close my eyes and I picture the Falcons. I think what happened last week to Cleveland is an aberration, and I think that they have the defense to make Matt Ryan's life miserable.
But the one thing about the Browns, though, remember, is they're a very, very much a Jekyll and Hyde team because they're most of their wins they've played really well, but in their losses they've looked really bad. So that's why I like the Browns, but I'm still not 100% sold on them.
I like the Browns' defense in this particular game. I don't see a running back putting up the 150 all-purpose yards that Alfred Blue put up last week. I like their pass defense, limiting Julio Jones and Roddy White. More importantly, the Browns are getting Josh Gordon back, and Josh, if Hoyer can put up 300 yards passing this weekend, he should have 3 TDs to go with that, and 1 or 2 should go to Josh Gordon.
So you're saying start Josh Gordon?
Yeah.
First game back, no out of shape, no.
They need him. It's him and Andrew Hawkins. They should just dominate this game.
Okay. All right, the next game with disagreements, the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to the Houston Texans. Jim, you are the only one picking the Bengals in this game.
Yeah, this was tough for me. I went back and forth on it. I mean, are we going to see the Bengals that we saw last week against the Saints or some different team? That's I had to sort of say I don't think that this is I think this is the Bengals team that we've been missing since those first few weeks of the season. Somehow, some way, they've pulled their heads out of their butts, and they're playing Bengals football, a tough D. They've got a great offense. Obviously, they'll be challenged by the Houston Texans, but I think they'll be able to attack their cornerbacks and get some points on the board in the end zone that way. And Jeremy Hill has just been outstanding. So that's sort of what I went with, but in my confidence points, I don't think this would be very high on the list.
Yeah, I just get Houston at home. Again, I'm a big fan of their defense. Andy Dalton has shown the ability to get bewildered by strong defenses. The Texans may just mail it in.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you got a recording? Look at you.
I got all these sound effects booted up today.
That was kind of creepy. I'm not a fan of that one. Thank you for that. I'm gonna have nightmares now. No, I agree with you, Keith. I think Houston at home, their defense is really good. I think they can put pressure on Dalton. And I mean, we are only 1 week removed from him going 10 for 33 for 86 yards against Cleveland. So I'm not, he's got to put a couple games together like he did this week against New Orleans before I'm confident enough to go with him. So I think Houston's got enough to take this game.
All right, and the third game, the last game. Jim, you're on the hot seat again. You're the only one picking Arizona to beat Seattle in Seattle.
Yeah, this time I decided to give my respect to the Cardinals. I don't think that Seattle is as formidable as people would think they are. I also think, and I'm not sure of this, I believe that the Cardinals did beat the Seahawks last season in Seattle, so they know what to do. They know how to beat this team, and they are certainly beatable, even at home.
I think it's too hard of a place to play, especially with a backup quarterback. I know Drew Stanton played well last year. I just think it's too hard of a place to play.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Keith. And also, I mean, at this point in their season, this is one of those must-win games for Seattle. I mean, if they lose another game and get that much farther down from not only the Cardinals, but the Niners this week are playing the Redskins. So I see them winning that game. They can't get much farther down, or they might not even make the might not even make the playoffs.
Yeah,
which is crazy to think after that Week 1 game against Green Bay and how good they look. That they're in a definite danger zone right now.
So if the playoffs started today, the Cardinals would be the 1 seed. The Lions would be the 2, the Eagles the 3, the Falcons would be the 4th seed at 4 and 6, which is just
amazing.
Ridiculous. And the Green Bay Packers 5 and the Cowboys 6.
Wait, oh, that's right, because the Lions are technically winning the division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think that could change by the end of the season.
Oh, it'll be very interesting to watch because especially with Foles being out, the Eagles will probably drop off. If the Cowboys win that division, they jump into the 3 seed. So it remains to be seen.
Okay, I'm pulling up the Packers schedule real quick here, just to double check. When is it that they play the Lions again?
The last game.
Oh
of the
my
season.
God, last game of the season.
At
perfect.
Detroit.
No, at Lambeau.
Oh, at Lambeau, yeah. So that's going to work out good for them.
That's going to be a 20-degree game with snow, and could very well tilt in Green Bay's favor.
You look at Green Bay, the remaining schedule. I mean, other than a game against New England, they should be able to run the table. I mean, Minnesota this week, then New England, and then Atlanta, Buffalo, Tampa, and then that final game against Detroit.
Yeah.
That's
sweet schedule.
That really is. That's a beautiful schedule. No wonder Aaron Rodgers was like, just relax, we're going to be fine. He probably saw the remainder of their schedule. Holy crap. Good for them.
Seriously, it really is. It's good for them. Everything's aligning right for them.
It really is.
So over in the AFC, the Patriots would be the 1 seed, the Broncos the 2 seed, the Bengals 3, the Colts 4, the Chiefs 5, and the Dolphins 6. That is a playoff field top to bottom with no question marks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do believe 100% if New England gets home field advantage, they're going to the Super Bowl. There's not a doubt in my mind.
Looking at some of the stats on Pro Football Reference, not Focus. I know you guys thought I was going there. So these are not sabermetrics. These are just straight up stats. The percentage of drives that end in an offensive score, New England leading the way. 49% of their drives end up in a score. Next,
That's
the Green
impressive.
Bay Packers. After that, the Colts. Then the Saints. The Seahawks, actually, 5th, which surprises me a little bit. But then the Ravens, too, the 6th, 42% ending in a score.
Wow.
I think the Ravens are a dangerous team. I think people are going to underestimate them, and I don't make light of the loss of Jimmy Smith. I think that's a big deal. But I also think that this is a team that can make up for it. Next man up sort of philosophy and just play at a high level. And that offense, we haven't really seen the whole thing. I mean, that offense can be better than what it is. Joe Flacco's played better than he's shown